Ito na mga idol, ang pinakaabangan nating laban ngayong araw. December 21, 2025. Ito ay ang laban ni Rakanel laban kay Theo Alotti. Ito ay bakbakan ng Pilipinas versus Ghana mga idol. Ang Pilipinong boksingero pala dyan mga idol is ang naka-red gloves, tapos ang Ghanan fighter is ang naka-white gloves. At itong si Alotti mga idol ay isang undefeated na boksingero na may kartalang 12 wins.
10 knockouts in the 12 victories. So does Rakanel with 14 big wins by stoppage. So 24.
Puro knockout puncher pala tong dalawang boksingero mga idol, kaya naman delikado tong labang ito. Panigurado may matutulog. Exciting panoorin mga idol. Ang labang ito pala mga idol ay ginanap sa Accra, Ghana. Ang labang ito mga idol is para sa titulo, bakanting titulo ng WBO Global sa Super Flyweight Division. At schedule for 12 rounds na bakbakan mga idol. Isa din ito si Rakanel sa ating prospect na boksingero dito sa Pilipinas.
Trying to get that long jab established. Theo Alotti on the back foot waiting patiently.
Mas mahaba ang reach nitong Ghanan mga idol.
Just upright now, the Filipino in the first round. Got to be careful of that dangerous right hand of Theo Alotti.
Yeah, and sometimes that eagerness can get you standing tall. Certainly when you're trying to pounce forward, the chin comes higher, the feet need to stay bent, you need to take that step first. But you can see how sharp Alotti is when he looks to counter. And that's going to be the hurdle for Rakanel.
Right hand again.
Combo by Rakanel.
So open to that shot. Rakanel, he drops his left. He's got to be very cautious when he attacks. I think especially in these early stanzas when Alotti is just waiting to pounce.
Itong Ghanan mga idol is 10 ang pinatulog nito sa 12 niyang panalo.
Hands nice and high, but moves. The arms are let go very freely with accurate and speed.
Yeah, good start for the Josh.
Ito na mga idol, round number 2.
World champion Darren Lai will be in Newcastle. But there's teams everywhere in the early part of 2026. We hope to see more of you, Denzel, as well behind the mic.
So far, so good ang mga banat ni Rakanel dito sa laban ng mga idol.
This is a good one, though.
Ang gaganda ng kanyang mga combos.
In the super flyweight division, 8 stone 315-pound boys. Theo Alotti is only 23, so this is the first test for him in his 13th outing, undefeated since turning professional. Just last year, he's been really busy, which is great to see for a young fighter. Rakanel turned a long time ago. It's been a different sort of journey for him. Can he get it right tonight? He's had a difficult start here, Rakanel.
Yeah, he has. Just been second best when it comes to speed, and that's played into Alotti's hands, who, you know, like you say, he's been busy, and that activity is showing. He's got his distance, he's got his timing. Doesn't need to force anything at the minute, does he? Whereas Rakanel, that's him just a bit quicker on his feet. Jab to the body. Look for that left hand over the top. Keep the head moving as well.
Nag-aabang lang din dito si Alotti na makaka-counter mga idol. Wala siyang masyadong binibitawan, no? Naghihintay lang siya na magkamali si Rakanel.
Rakanel, this is a little bit better.
Love how tight in defense he is, Alotti. Doesn't offer much at all, does he?
We were talking about Ike Bazooka Corte.
Tahado din ata si Alotti kay Rakanel mga idol.
Champion with a good jab, and he had that tight defense, didn't he, as well? I wonder if he's a fan of his as well as
Rakanel.
And also when you're trying to penetrate that tight guard, like Rakanel is, it takes it out of you. I can't tell you how it sappens
Uy,
empties
nice.
the tank.
Good work from Rakanel, showing some hand speed as well. And on the run here, Alotti backed up into the neutral corner. This is much better from the experienced man from the Philippines, just settling now. I really like this fight.
Yeah, I do. And I think the key to success from Rakanel is what he's doing now, just up in the tempo. Can't be reckless, can't be greedy, but it does need to be busier. I think singles and doubles and go again, 2 and 3 phases of attack.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the speed of Alotte, he's not going to get away with just throwing, single shots or trying to pop shot. He needs to put them together, throw, 2s, 3s, 4s, and then try and get out of the way as soon as possible.
Much better round for JR Rakanel, who's advanced well, thrown combinations. Third round.
Ito na mga idol, round number 3.
Food at ringside, and we'll give him a break for a moment while he tucks into the local cuisine. Denzel Bentley has had his food. It's a good start, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good start. I mean, like we was calling it here, I think it's probably one apiece, and it's making for an interesting fight. So now where Alotte probably
Masyadong matagal ang mabilis ang oras mga idol pag maganda ang laban.
He's gonna have to step up the pace and try and win that round back and take the lead again.
Yep, this is a
Inaantay kasi natin kung sino ang magkakamali sa dalawang knockout puncher na ito mga idol.
First couple of rounds, Alotti with a great beginning, but back comes Rakanel, the seasoned man who's sort of defending his own Ring Magazine rating at 15. It's Alotti's moment to see if he can just climb into the rankings and prize. A good body shot from Rakanel. You just wonder if he might know a bit too much for Alotti tonight. We'll see. It's a real interesting assignment for the Ghanaian.
Yep, he has the experience out the two, certainly in the pro ring, Rakanel. But as I've touched on, the pedigree, the amateur founding and grounding that he has, Alotti, will hold him in good stead and has already. But the work to the body with the straight shots has been good from Rakanel. You've seen, and we've mentioned it, the high guard of Alotti. So obviously you drop downstairs, ideally tap upstairs, keep that guard high, then ping the shots with power and pace downstairs.
Yeah, he's a very good amateur, Theo Alotti, and he could become a really exciting professional too. Hands high, now trying to get his time in centre ring. Rakanel can't prize his way through the shield that is protecting both head and body of Alotti, ready to counter-punch, but Rakanel is full of ideas.
Waiting a little bit too long, Adam. Alotti, in my opinion. There are lots of gaps in the work at the minute.
Parang natatakot din bumitaw itong ganan mga idol.
Rakanel has just got his shoulders more relaxed, not as tense as in that opening round. Big pressure night for him. I would say more for him at 28. 5 years Alotti senior. Can ill afford a third defeat on his record, especially when he's climbed high in the rankings and is in decent form.
Uy, nos.
Straight 1-2 there, the left hand.
Ganda ng straight na yun mga idol, pumasok sa bangag.
Definitely growing into this fight.
Okay.
He is, I agree with you. I think Rakanel is growing into this fight.
Warning.
Like you said,
Uy, nice.
he is waiting a bit, but I know he's waiting for that counter.
Ito na mga idol, round number 4.
Whispers of stuff in March and April, Darren, but I'm not going to tell you just before Christmas.
Oh, we're basically family now, Adam, aren't we?
I know, but you're off to Saudi, so I'm not going to see you.
I haven't told my wife yet.
Oh, shh. She won't be watching at home.
Uy,
This
sabay.
is good, this. Alotti and Rakanel. Alotti definitely won the first round. I think Rakanel's come back and given the Ghanaian plenty to think about. The work rate, he's just got some fluency. But here comes Alotti again. It could be one of those 12-rounders that ebbs and flows.
Uy,
Better this from Alotti.
tulak yun mga idol.
Previous round, just waiting too long. I think he's probably given a kick up the backside from his team.
Just dabs his left eye, Rakanel. I don't think there's any damage, but maybe a glove in it, something just going amiss there. But that's a good left hand he's got. Decent defense from Alotti. Back he comes with a very strong right hand. And there's certainly been, I think, a wake-up call in the corner of Alotti. And there's some really good action here in the fourth round as this one begins.
Lumalaban na dito si Alotti, mga idol.
Like the touch paper, you super flyweights.
Willing na siya makipagpalitan kay
Alotte's
Rakanel.
starting to find a home for that left hook. Landed about 3 in a row, but Rakanel's taking them well. But he's just picked up the pace here, Alotte. I mean, the round before that, Damien, like you said, he was waiting too long for that counter, but now he's just, like you said, in the corner, probably giving him, you know, a bit of stick, and he's up the work rate.
And turning into the fight I was expecting here. Class when they really let their hands go. Two very good operators.
Yep, we want more of that. 30 wins, 24 knockouts. That's extraordinary for the little man. And you can see that left hand that whips round from J.R. Rakanel. But Alotti's got this big right and a thunderous combination as well. That left hand is short and sharp. Classy operators. I mean, I'd be surprised if there wasn't a knockdown in this fight.
Two very good chins, though, from what I've seen from their fights in the past. Don't take a great deal, but they've both been tagged. They've ticked that box. But these are heavy shots from both that are landing.
Uy, nice straight.
Class when they let their hands go. Two very good operators.
Good defense from Alotti. And he's put some excellent attacks in. Looks like he feels that he's got the edge in power in there.
I think the key here for both, and I would say it's the same advice for both, is first and third. Go first, let your hands go, avoid the shots coming back, then go again. There's your two phases of attack.
3 judges scoring this WBO global belt. 2 that are ringside on time. 1 was slightly late, but we'll let him off. Wonder how they've got it after 4 rounds. Alotti.
Ito na mga idol, round number 5.
And there's the band as well. You can hear in the background from Accra, the 23-year-old, fight number 13. He's undefeated in the black trunks with the black boots, the longer ones, and the shorter boots and black and white shorts of J.R. Rakanel from the Philippines.
Pangalawang warning na yan sa referee, mga idol, kasi nang aapak itong Ganan fighter, mga idol. Inaapakan niya yung paa ni Rakanel para hindi maka-atras.
But for someone to grab hold of the pace of this fight, let the shots go and go again. But it's high intelligence shown by both. They understand if they're reckless, they will get countered. And we've mentioned the power. Very good chance it could do some real damage.
Denzel, it's high-octane chess at the moment, isn't it?
It is. I mean, both boxers are boxing completely. They're boxing well. I mean, none of them have really made any mistakes. So they've had to kind of not force their work, but just up the tempo every now and then to gain a bit of success. And then sit back, you know, be defensively responsible.
Good work from Rakanel, just trying to back up Alotti.
And he needs to do more of that, work to the body. Like I said in his previous contest, it was a thunderous shot that ended the show to the body. So let's see a bit more investment from Rakanel downstairs.
He's taking some of these on the gloves, though, Alotti, and comes back with a spearing jab. He's got that reach and the snappy shots, too. Both of these guys good fighters. I mean, I wonder if it's almost more like a world title eliminator. I mean, the class in there is really good, Denzel.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they're about what? They are world level fighters, these two. I mean, they are world ranked. They're world level fighters, and that could be on the line. Next fight, who knows where they could go? I mean, the super featherweight division isn't that stacked. So any of these two coming out the victor could be boxing for a world title at some point next year.
Yeah, do you know what? I agree with that. But you look at fighters, you look at what they need, what's required to go all the way, certainly to challenge for a title, and it's that solid footwork, that base, a jab, sound defensive skills. I mean, look, Alotti, you know, it's very hard to penetrate his, but when they let their hands go, they know exactly what shots to throw, when to throw them, and how to throw them. So yeah, I agree with Denzel there. They've got a very good opportunity here, the winner certainly, to receive a pot of gold and something really meaningful.
They've both got
Delikado yun.
really good styles that are gelling well here. Latter end of the 5th. This has been the closest round of the fight. Might be a case of what the judges like here. Good work from Alotti, but Rakanel's had his moments in this one. Wonder which corner feel they're ahead.
Ito na mga idol, round number 6.
Super flyweight division. Remember, we've got big fights still to come on this cracking night in Accra, Ghana. Jonathan Tete, the home hero, is up next. Freezy McBones, what a wonderful name. And
Ito palang lumaban na ganan mga idol na si Alote is lugar niya tong mismo yung ginanap ang natulang laban dito sa Accra.
Back in London, they know each other pretty well too. Same barber's shop they use, 5 minutes apart. They live in London and they're going to be fighting in Accra tonight for their futures. Future of these two look bright. Rakanel, the southpaw from the Philippines, certainly won a couple of rounds. The fifth was closer. Alotti having his moments.
What do you think? Freezy McSmith. It's got a ring to it.
What about Dazzling or...
Dazzling McBones?
Yeah.
Dazzling McBones.
Or Dazzling Darren Baker, I don't know. There's a lot of nicknames around.
That's low, Adam.
That's low, isn't it? We're family. Denzel, whose corner would you rather be in?
Alote's. Because I'm a fan of him and I've seen him before. But no, I mean...
Do you think he's pacing it a bit better?
He is, but... At times, you feel like maybe he could be letting the round slip with the movement and not enough work.
Nice.
But then when he does turn up the work rate,
Ay.
like he did just there, he looks good.
Maganda yung cut ni Rakanel pero tinamaan din siya.
At times, and he's making Alote have to think about his work.
Hindi kasi siya nakaalis kaagad.
And not a pressure fighter. But when you're a slick fighter and you haven't got a pressure fighter to be slick against, you've got to think about your work and it stops you from doing what you would want to do if you had a pressure fight against you, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not complicating it too much.
No, it does make sense.
Yeah, thanks.
I think the volume's coming from Rakanel ever so slightly. It's just a little bit more, but the cleanest shots are coming from Alotte. So obviously what you like, I do feel it's there for someone just to grab hold of this and get busy. Because it's a little frustrating because we see a couple of rounds ago, didn't we? Nice left hook there from Alotte. When he did start the round and he continued throughout, a real joy to watch. And a handful.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes even saying that, when you get two fighters at this high level, a good right hander from Alotte, maybe, I mean, not all, sometimes you don't get that much work in another one.
Uy, bumabanat na dito si Alotte.
Especially with that right hand to head and to body. Combinations from Rakanel not quite landing. And Alotte covering up, defending well, and springing his attacks. Might have nicked this sixth round and might just be forging ahead on the cards.
Ito na mga idol, round number 7 na tayo.
And JR Rakanel, who has won titles before, regional belts in the Philippines, the WB silver back in 2018. He's had a stop-start career. This is fight number 22. It's an important night for
Nice counter by Rakanel.
He's ranked 15 in this 115-pound division, but Theo Alotti could just jump ahead of him tonight, and I like the way that Alotti has gone about his work in the last 3 or 4 minutes. He's maybe just got, he's got the youth and the freshness. He's got momentum as well. This is the 6th fight of the year
nice.
for Alotti, and I like to see that.
Yeah, activity is so important, it really is, but he turned the screw a little bit.
Kailangan ding susungkitin ni paunti-unti ni Rakanel yung katawan ni Alotte para bababa yung high guard niya na depensa. Masyado kasing mataas ang kanyang depensa. Nice counter na naman.
Do you know what I find interesting? What I've realised, and I think this is what's causing Alotte not to throw as much. Rakanel has changed his rhythm a bit. Early in the fight, he was coming in, throwing in hard shots, trying to, stamp his foot really early. But in the last couple of rounds, he's just been touching the gloves of Alotte and just, causing him to move backwards and not find that counter. He's just touching the gloves, and then he puts it in that short burst.
It's that experience, that seasoning of being able to navigate game plans and making adjustments.
It is, and it's good intelligence because he's realised what he was doing earlier wasn't working. He has to change it. So now he's just touching Alote's gloves. Alote's moving. None of them are landing, but he's causing him to move back and, you know, not find the rhythm. And then when he finds an opening, he throws a short burst, and then it looks good from him.
And Darren, he'll be catching the eye of the judges, even though not a lot is getting through, but he's doing more, and he's the aggressor, and we know that judges like that.
Yeah, he is. You know what he's done? He's, as Denzel said, he's relaxed. He's loosened up the shoulders. He's taken the power out of the shots a little bit, and what that's done
Uy.
is just taken away the shot.
Sa batok yun mga idol.
To see the shots coming a lot, just because he was tense, and when you're tense, you start giving signs that you're about to.
Kailan kaya didireksyonan ni
I think the relaxation
8-point deduction
is
itong
enabled him just to let the shots go with a bit more ease, but this is
si Alote ng referee mga idol? Palagi lang nang may warning eh.
He's finishing rounds well. And that's
Uy,
also
dito
a way of
bumabanat na
catching
si
the eye of
Alote mga
judges.
idol.
And big shots coming in
Oh.
into the 7th round.
Pumapasok.
Theo Alote was losing this session, but he's putting everything in, and he feels like he's hurting JR Rakanel, who smiles at him and comes back with his own combination. Great action again in the 7th round. It's a round for Rakanel, but Alote hurt him. More, please.
Dito na mga idol, round number 8.
With Legacy Rise and 258 AJ involved as well. AJ and Eddie can't be with us tonight, we know why, but we're here. Good body shots from JR Rakanel and
Uy, nice.
Theo Alote trying to grab centre ring here, Darren, and we want to see this.
Yeah, we do.
Phone box stuff.
Because when they exchange lever, really is a joy to watch. Oh, lovely counter left hook from Alote. Bit more purpose in the shots now, isn't there?
Masyadong malaki itong si Alote mga idol.
Like he's got the edge in power here, Alote.
Yeah, I think he does. When he whips them in, you can see the effect. Do you know what I mean? So, and he knows that himself, but he's also trying to pace himself a bit, I can see. So he's probably learning a bit from Rakanel when touching the gloves a little bit more, rather than just sitting in the guard and then whipping him in when he sees the opening too. So, and that's another sign of intelligence. Seeing what you see in another fighter and using it, you know, to your own advantages.
Haven't had a chance to have a chat with him this week, Theo Alote. I have many of the other fighters, but I know he's a fan of Teofimo Lopez. I'd love to see if he likes Ike Corte, because that defence he's learnt, and it's a natural thing for him. And he's got this long jab, which he hasn't used totally throughout this contest, but when he has, it's been really impressive, and I like the feel of Theo Alote at the moment.
Yeah, a bit more spite, isn't there? A bit more positivity on the front foot. And certainly when he lets the hands go, that was a lovely right hand, crept through the guard of Rakanel. Yeah, he's just a step ahead at the minute, isn't he?
Parang mabibigat itong binabato ng ganan mga idol.
And he knows that Rakanel just might be in danger of unraveling. He just looks at his corner, the man from the Philippines. He's had this long career, and I wonder if some big body shots now from Alote might make him think Rakanel.
I'd like to see him sustain this now, Alote, because at times previously in some of the earlier rounds it ebbed and flowed where you thought Alote was going to grab hold of it, and a couple of rounds ago we were talking about how well Rakanel was kind of adapting. So I'd like to see Alote, who's really starting to force himself on Rakanel, just increase this and keep it going.
Dental, you talked about the defence and catching so many of these on the gloves, Alote, and that will be helping stamina, and he goes
Body shot by Alote, pero medyo mababa sa sa belt line mga idol.
In the championship rounds.
Yeah, I mean, he's changed the pace now. He's got a high guard and he's walking his man down. And he's finding a lot of success from it because his defense is really good. It's nice and tight. And when he is throwing them shots, he's finding home.
Loving this matchup at super flyweight. Both of these guys having success. It swung back towards Theo Alote though. End of the 8th round. Really good work from the Ghanaian. And the crowd beginning to liven up. Rakanel with work to do.
Ito na mga idol, round number 9.
Live on the zone, WBO Global Belt, Super Flyweight Division. Fantastic fight they've dished out.
Tumatapang na itong si Alote mga idol. Oh, bumibitaw na.
What happens next?
It's the first and third what I was asking for. He's leading, then he'll go again. It's really good boxing from Alote. But it's just more, although he's relaxed, there's just a bit more commitment and a bit more purpose and desire to land these shots.
That right hand is sweet from Alotti when he uses it. Rakanel, just as his rhythm slipped, his confidence maybe slightly by some of the heavy hands of Theo Alotti, who's beginning just to chew up Rakanel a bit here.
Yeah, I like the intent creeping forward. That high guard really favours that style of fighting. He'll take a couple on the gloves and he'll fire back.
His work rate, Denzel, is so high, isn't it, Rakanel? But you wonder if the pace at this stage might begin to get to him. The heat as well tonight. Alotti's more used to that being from here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Rakanel will be okay with the heat being from the Philippines, but I just think the spike from the shots coming from Alotti are taking an effect on Rakanel, and the accuracy also. I mean, Rakanel's got high
nagyabang
work, but
pa.
a lot of the shots are on the gloves and elbows.
Sumasayaw.
When Alotti falls, he's landing a lot more, so the accuracy, you know, might be taking a toll.
Bumabanat ng
Cuffing hooks
si Alotti, mga
Alotti's
idol.
tapes come loose on his left glove. They'll have to deal with that at some point. Well, it seems to have gone back, but
Although it's not been an electric pace to this fight, where they're both having to stay so switched on for every second. You'll know this, Denzel, as well. That mental energy is so physically draining, isn't it, down the stretch?
It is. It's definitely draining, and that's what these boys are doing. They're drained from their thinking. Just thinking about what they want to do and trying to execute it. That's what's draining them.
And every time Rakanel thinks he's got a foothold and getting his combinations going, there's a couple of thudding reminders from Theo Alotti that just check him.
He looks physically strong as well, doesn't he? And that's tiring when you get him walk round the ring.
But like I said, a few fights ago,
Uy,
he fought at bantamweight or super
delikado.
bantamweight, so and he won those fights. So he's used to
Nako-corner.
fighting, bigger fighters.
Yeah, they're going to look at the tape now, but suddenly he seems a lot here. The man from
Ito,
the
mga idol.
Philippines, his career not on the line at 28. But it's
Patuloy ang
important to
bakbakan.
keep that ranking.
Matapos
And at the moment,
itinape
Theo
yung
Alotti is
loose tape
putting
ni
a real
nitong Ganan
shift in
fighter.
to increase, I think, his lead on the cards.
I'll tell you what, I think that's the first thing we've...
Ito na mga idol, patuloy ang laban.
I think there may have been a bit of confusion from the fighters, thinking they had to stop for the presence of the president, but they didn't need to. But yeah.
Well, the chat to his son earlier. He's lovely and he's done so much work for Ghanaian boxing. Fantastic to see the president here in attendance of one of the best sporting events this year for Ghana. And Matchroom put it on alongside 258. KD's right by us at ringside. Frank Smith over the other side of the ring, and in comes Mr. President.
Walang naging sagot si Rakanel dito, mga idol, sa pagkataong to, mga idol.
Closing stages of this one, Theo Alotti seemingly in the ascendancy now against JR Rakanel, but it's been a very good fight, and some of the rounds close, Darren.
Yeah, but we were searching, weren't we, and asking for someone to grab the fight by the scruff of the neck, and it's Alotti who's done that. He's done exactly the right thing. He's fought a good fight. Rakanel, he's been in this, he's still in the fight, of course, carries a lot of power, but it's just a kind of a purposeful, menacing feel to this now from Alotti. Feels he's got his man where he wants him.
Rakanel's got to use that hand speed, the combinations, a bit like that, and just hope to catch the eye of the judges in the latter stages of this 12-round fight. Very, very experienced, but it felt as though Theo Alotti just
Nalulugi si Rakanel dito sa last round, mga idol.
But he's dug in here, Rakanel.
Hindi na siya masyadong sumusuntok.
I think you'll learn an awful lot from this Alotti as well, about pace and fight management. Although he's closed the show really, really well, I feel he could have done this perhaps a little bit earlier, but still, he's a real talented fighter, one to watch for sure, an awful lot to like.
You like him, Denzel, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I think he's quality. I think both fighters are quality, but I just think Alotti is, you know, just a different class, man. I appreciate his boxing skills, his boxing sense, and I remember the first time I watched him, I went down to their gym when I come back here just to see what type of schooling he came from, and his coach is a really knowledgeable man. He knows a lot about his boxing, so it makes no surprises why he's such a good fighter to me.
Ito na mga idol, round number 11. Last 2 rounds mga idol.
6 minutes of what's been an enthralling super flyweight contest. Just looking at the rankings, we know JR Rakanel is in them.
Glory by
Top end,
Rakanel.
of course, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Barry Jones is
Pero basta
favourite
ganitong
fighter.
dayo tayo
And,
mga idol, kailangan talaga dito manakaut ang kalaban para manalo.
He's getting a little bit protective over Bam, is Barry. He doesn't like people talking about him too much. He gets a bit jealous, but yeah, what a fighter. But it's an opportunity for Lotti now, as you say, to jump over Rakanel's ranking and start climbing up himself. And yeah, we've mentioned it, Denzel.
Oh.
That
Uy,
he's close. A win here, you're close to something special.
He is. I mean, he can close out the year in spectacular fashion, and next year, I mean, the world's his oyster.
And at a perfect time as well, with Matchroom coming in, the zone showing real interest, which is fantastic because, as we say, the passion and the talent that's here is spectacular. So for the likes of a Lotti to now win this fight, if he does, which looks like he's en route to doing so, there's real big opportunities and support and backing.
Most definitely. And he'd know that and want to get through this, you know, really convincingly so that he can, you know, gain them opportunities.
And everyone wants to be that man, Adam. You know, that next star, the one who's going to carry the Ghanaian boxing. You know, will it be a Lotte if he gets through this? Freezy McBones,
overshoot, delikado na counter yun.
Opportunity for there to be that future star, that next star. You reeled off some of the names there. Great champions. Who's going to be the next one?
And the president here at ringside watching. This is opportunity knocks in a big way. Inside the last minute, 11th round of a super flyweight matchup. These two could, well, give us a series of good fights, couldn't they? I just think the speed and the patience and maybe the extra power of Theo and Lotti just been a slight difference, very slight. JR Rakanel has had his moments. Be interesting to see how the judges are seeing it.
He's won rounds, Rakanel, for sure. And he's responded well in this 11th round as well. I think 8, 9, 10 were convincing for a Lotte. But now it's Rakanel trying to force the pace. As you can see on the front foot and land the heavy shots.
Yeah, pace catching up with him surely on this hot December night.
Uy, ito na mga idol, round number 12. Ang huling round ng bakbakan.
The other is the opposition tonight.
Ito na mga idol, patuloy ang bakbakan. Pinahinto ng referee kasi may loose tape si GR Rakanel.
See their faces light up. Leo Atang was taking a few on the pads, and it was just brilliant to watch. But this is about business here. Who's going to get that WBO global belt and climb higher in the world super flyweight rankings? Theo Lotti or JR Rakanel? I think Lotti's just won more rounds.
Yeah, once the tape fastened better, a Lotte. Surprised to see
Loose
that.
tape na naman. Kaya Lotte na.
He needed to point that out. He should have just took advantage of.
Decent hair as well, Theo Lotti. Reminds me of Paulie Malignaggi's haircut in the ring. Do you remember that night? Ricky Hatton in Manchester City. And Paulie had the long braids, the dreadlocks, which were cut off mid-fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
You ever had that issue?
Never. Nearly in the first Heffron fight, but my hair wasn't long enough then, so it didn't go in my eyes.
Closing seconds of this one. Who can stamp their authority and just remind the judges?
Ito na ang huling pagkakataon ni Rakanel para ipakita na siya ang karapat-dapat manalo sa labang ito mga idol. Uy! Tinamaan pa ng sulit si Rakanel mga idol. Delikado.
The pace here, and he's looking strong again. Theo Lotti, just over a minute to go. Trying to close the show in front of the president of Ghana.
He's looking good, isn't he?
Nice clinch.
Alotti really committed to that left hook, Denzel.
He is, and he's been finding it all day. He just hasn't been
Nasa pool pa ang
using it
Pinoy
enough,
sa
but
huling round,
it's
mga
so good.
idol. Mumunti ka na.
Rakanel's a good fighter, very good, seasoned, experienced, but he's been out-thought and out-smarted at times tonight. The defense has been excellent of Theo Alotti. It will go down to the judges. No knockdowns, but there's been plenty of pockets of action, and it's been a really good watch.
It has. And whoever gets their arm raised here, as we've said, can really push on, but the loser still has a really good opportunity in this sport.
Yep, two world-class fighters, no doubt about that. JR, the dreamer,
10 seconds,
Rakanel,
mga idol.
might be dreaming of another opportunity in 2026 if he doesn't get this one. Theo Alotti, again, trying to finish the round strongly. For me, the Ghanaian's done enough. Good fight, raises his head.
Roger Barton under 119, 109. Constant
119, 109.
118, 111. Antonio Cunha, 116, 112. All three.
Lo,
by unanimous
grabe.
decision. He's
Landslide,
still
mga idol.
undefeated, and the new WBO Global Super Flyweight
Parang hindi nanalo si Rakanel ng miski isang round, mga idol, sa ibang hurado. Talo tayo, mga idol.